going on, everybody? Welcome back to Diaries of a Blind Coach with your favorite coach. All right, episode 9 is here. We're talking about fight or flight. But before we get into the episode, quick shout out to everybody that took time to put a comment in my last video. I appreciate you. You all want to know about the Blind Show Classic 2, and I hear you, okay? So look out very, very soon. You're going to get a video of me talking about the African perspective of the Blind Show Classic 2, all right? And you also wanted to know about my time in the Copper Belt and when I got here. I got you on that as well, all right? So videos are coming your way. But today we're talking about episode 9 and we're talking about fight or flight. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? All right. Okay, so as you know, there was the rebirth of K28 Fitness and the rebirth of Coach Sydney, all right? And that was exciting, right? I got the ball rolling, started to get clients, and I started working, okay? But a lot of people don't know, and I think it's very, very important I let people know this. When you have a disability, especially in this instance, if you're blind, like myself, your mind is in a constant state of fight or flight, all right? You're constantly aware, you're constantly worried, you're constantly in fear, because you don't know what's going on, you know what I mean? And the human body naturally is designed to keep us alive. That is our natural instinct. You're either going to fight your way out of a situation or your body's going to, say run, run for your life, all right? But either ways, your body's trying to keep you alive. And when you can't see the danger around you or coming, your mind is constantly thinking, what's going on? What's happening, okay? Now, what I done is I took that constant fear, the constant worry, and turned it into a strength. And I said, listen, I got to make this online coaching work, okay? It was literally do or die. I cannot go back. At the end of the day, I've got to make this work. I got to start and set up a foundation, because if you all don't know, having a disability is super, super expensive. So I had to make some money, all right? And of course, on top of that, I'm a dad, and my baby is everything to me. So I also had to provide as well. So got K28 Fitness going, started to get clients, and I had that belief that I had before I lost my sight. I could feel it. I could feel the hunger coming back. I could feel the drive. The hustle was back, and it was based off as well of that fight or flight. I had to make this. There was no going back. You get me? So I started to get the ball rolling, as I said, got some clients, and that worked out really, really well. I started to value myself and to see myself and to accept myself of who I am right now. And what I also started to develop was the way I speak to people, because I was able to paint a picture, not just for myself, but for the clients on the other side of the phone. And I tell you, this took me everywhere. And you know, where you're able to coach, my dream for K28 Fitness has always been to be a household name, to be in so many houses at once. And this was it. And you know, it's funny how God works, right? You may think you're at the bottom and everything is gone, but God still hears you and your dream is still coming. It's just, I might not just be able to see my dream, but I can experience it, So K28 Fitness traveled all around the world. I was in different countries, you know what I mean? We reached as far as the United Kingdom, and we were going places, okay? And this was the dream. And I was having such a good time. It was really, really great. But of course, I want to tell you a quick side story here, okay? With me getting now K28 going, right? I was able to get an assistant. And I believe every blind person out there, visually impaired, or even if you have just a disability in general, you need an assistant. You need some help. And at the end of the day, we shouldn't be ashamed to say, hey, I need help in this regard, okay? I need help to move about. Other than that, hey, hold my drink. Let me do my thing. Give me the ball and let me do it. But in terms of going around, I need help. And, we're gonna call a spade a spade. So I managed to get an assistant through my hard work on the online coaching, okay? Now, it's a funny story because I had to travel to the next town over, which is an hour away, hour bus ride. Now, at this particular stage, I had never been out and about on my own, okay? That was like a fear of mine, because I'm thinking, if I go out and about, number one, anything could happen. I could fall, I could hurt myself. And, you kind of also think people are out to get you. At the end of the day, they can steal from you. They can hurt you in every kind of in every word of the sense. All right. But it happened. It happened. It was now time for me to get out on my own. I didn't expect it. It was unplanned. I had to meet my assistant. She couldn't come over to get me, so I had to chance it and get on the bus on my own. So I got on the bus and my heart was pumping. My heart was beating real quick because I'm thinking, oh my God, here we go, another fear of mine. But hey, we had to do it, right? So I'm thinking, just be alert, be constantly aware, just in case, somebody wants to hurt you and whatnot. But to the credit of Zambians, and I'm going to give Zambians because I'm a proud Zambian, Zambians are awesome people, very, very friendly, accommodating. And the idea, the skepticism that I had is kind of the same skepticism that a lot of people have about somebody with a disability. You don't know until you experience it or until you take the effort to learn and educate yourself. And you realize people with a disability are amazing and actually are very, very talented and able. So it's the same thing as well in reverse. With you, especially me, who had the disability, I'm thinking everybody who's able-bodied is trying to get me and trying to hurt me. You know what I mean? But I had to understand and trust the fact that there are actually good people in this world. So I was fortunate enough to meet a guy who sat next to me, and he was the best because he quickly understood and scanned and said, "Hey, okay, this guy needs help," and he literally was ride or die, and he didn't even know me, but out of his kindness, he said, "I'm going to look after you." Well, he didn't tell me, but you could tell. So my greatest fear came to pass. I was on the bus on my own. Okay, waiting for the bus to get going. What happens? The same thing. I was going to Ndola for some work, and I forgot the envelope with my brother. So I'm thinking, you cannot write this. Okay, now I have to get off the bus because my brother's gone, and I have no idea where am I going to stand. But the guy was nice enough. He missed the bus with me. We got off the bus. Called my brother. He brought back the envelope, and the guy waited with me right until we got the next bus. And even as we traveled over to the next town, he stuck with me literally until we got off the bus. And he even gave me a chum all the way until we met my assistant. So that's a little story. My heart was pumping the whole way through, though. But at the end of the day, I had to understand that you got to trust as well. In that fight or flight mindset, where you're trying to keep yourself safe, you also got to be able to trust people because there are good people in this world. All right. So that was an interesting story, and that was my journey and my experience of that fight or flight, constantly in fear. But then I had to understand that it's not always the case. All right, and I also use that with my coaching experience to understand, say, okay, I have to be able to also let go, and with the more I let go, it makes my customers, my clients, feel good on the other end of the phone, and they're able to trust me, and I'm sure they can testify. They've all had amazing experiences, and yeah, I'm good to go from there. So that's a little story about your fight or flight, a little story about how my mindset was working to get challenged, to get past my fears and my challenges. Okay. Quick one before I go. I've been talking about K28 Fitness. I'm excited to talk about it, and I'm feeling that passion, and I want to get back in the game. So thanks for everybody who bought your favorite coach a coffee last time. So I'm going to ask you a favor now. Hey, I'm looking for a client. Okay, I'm getting back into the game. I haven't coached in a little bit. I haven't coached in 2 months, but I want to get my feet wet, and I want to get back in the game. So if you're interested in an online coach, your favorite coach has got you. Okay, so hit me up, and trust me, you will not regret it. Okay, as I said already, I'm going through that K28 Evolution program. Okay, so hey, hashtag belly must go, and I think I'm looking pretty good. I think I'm looking pretty good, and the belly is going. So. If you want to join me on that, and if you want to become my client, please hit me up on the phone. Okay, so it's 0968, well, +260 if you're watching this out of town. 0968 257566. You always watch those commercials and you're like, what did that guy say? So I'm going to say the number again slowly for you. 0968 257566. Hit me up if you're looking for an online coach. That is the company line. Okay, no scammers, please. Okay. I mean, why? Why, guys? Why? Let's not scam each other, okay? So no scammers. Hit me up if you're interested. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get back to coaching. Let's make Zambia fit. Let's make you fit. All right? Okay? And I'm going to continue to make you some awesome content, all these good videos coming your way. Please don't forget, See the World Foundation is also still trying to set up a mobile unit. Our mobile unit will help a lot going around communities that are less fortunate and less privileged than us. we'll be able to go out, screen people for glaucoma, because we'll aim to shine a light on glaucoma, but we can only do that with your help. So please continue to donate to us, please. Your donations will help us set up the mobile unit, and we'll be able to go around. The number for the mobile, for your donations for the mobile unit will be in the description below. All right. So any donations that you can will be greatly appreciated. All right. And I want to leave you with this, something to think about before we go. Okay. When you're looking at life, okay, you cannot look at your past with anger, and you cannot look at your future with fear, but you should look at your present with complete awareness. All right. Salute. See you in the next video.